What's up, y'all? It's your boy Shoebox Baby, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard. Slack, come on.
Grateful for them county charges, cause Security's like the tax. Whop hit my phone like, come on, man, I can't wait till he get back.
All right, y'all, so we finally got Shoebox Baby with us, jumping off the porch today. How are you feeling?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm feeling good. Okay, so we gotta finish our convo because it was getting really good with you being vegan and then the lean, all the stuff, all that stuff.
Yeah, we was having our little mini conversation. So, like, what you wanna, like?
Okay, so we can talk about how you ended up being vegan. Like, how did you end up turning vegan?
I'm trying to see. I think somebody like, I don't know, somebody like challenged me or something. Or maybe I think I wasn't liking like how I was like gaining weight. I'm like, nah. I was like, don't start. But now, I think I was, I wasn't like how I was gaining weight. So I was like, I was like interested in like some of the shit, like, damn, what could I cut out for that shit? So then I tried the vegan shit. I want to say though, I was talking to a girl and she's vegan. I think I was trying to I was trying to fit in with her or something. It was something like that. But I ended up doing it for like 3-4 months. Then I had turned to a pescatarian. I started eating like seafood, like fishes and shit like that. And then, but I always cut out like red meat. I cut out red meat. I think I cut out red meat for like a year now. It's been like almost a year. And pork, I never ate pork. But like I do eat like baked chicken, like grilled chicken. So I be trying to limit it though.
You know, well, like I said earlier, how, you know, the age that you are, people don't really pick up those type of eating habits at your age. And then, you know, we went into about how you were drinking lean at 16.
Yeah.
How did you even, like, how did your experience getting introduced to lean, how did that even go?
I started drinking lean like I used to hang around my brother Muwop, and Muwop was like 18. Yeah, Muwop was like 2 years older than me, so he was drinking lean. So I used to be following behind him and shit. I started drinking lean and shit, but I only did lean really because I wasn't never into drugs like smoking and none of that shit. I ain't never liked that shit. But like I was doing lean, I was like, this shit ain't that bad, but it get you a high. But then it started catching up to me. Then like I started gaining weight. I went from like 110 pounds to like a easy 160, 162 or something.
For real?
Yeah, and in a year, I started gaining weight and shit. But then I had to stop. I slowed down with that shit.
What made you want to just cut out lean completely?
Cause lean started getting expensive. After like the pandemic, that shit started. When I first started sipping lean, you get lines for like $80, $90, $100. Now that shit is expensive. You paying $250 a line. It started cutting into your pockets and it get into a bad habit. So you will be spending $700 on a soda, and then you gotta go. I drink fast, so I be done with that shit in a day.
Was you chugging it?
Yeah, I drink. Yeah, I chug it.
Oh my God.
I be done in a day. So now I gotta spend some more money. So I had to cut that shit off. And it wasn't getting good for my body and shit like that.
Right.
Like I started getting lazy. And like anytime I try to go play ball or something, I feel like my guts was just finna come out my shit. I'm like, nah, I gotta stop that shit.
Did you ever have to go through the withdrawals when you was like leaving it alone?
Yeah. I just did 11 weeks straight without it. And the withdrawal, that shit was horrible.
What did you go through with your withdrawal?
Like, that's what you was talking about earlier. You was talking about like your stomach be stopped up.
Yeah.
My stuff, it wasn't stopped up though, but it was like it was runny. Like like diarrhea, that shit was runny.
During your withdrawal?
Yeah, like I was catching fevers. I was finding myself like just getting in the tub, sitting in the tub for like an hour then every day. That was like the only thing that kept me sane with that shit. But that shit, that shit bad.
Woo, how did you have the discipline like to just stop when you was going through the withdrawals?
I just had to stop. I'm like, I don't want to do this shit no more. I want to fuck with it. I'm like, nah, man, I want to change. But that was a part of like me changing my eating habits and shit too.
Right.
It came around the same time.
Now, I'm gonna get into your business a little bit and dive into your background. So, you know, we all know that you from O Block. So I want to hear your wildest O Block memory that you can talk about.
I ain't gonna lie, living in a project, you see some crazy shit every day. But it be normal to us, but it be crazy as hell. I'm trying to see. Damn. The wildest shit I done seen. Recently I seen somebody with a horse coming to ride a horse around the whole projects. He was a black cowboy, whatever the fuck he was. But that was just some out of the ordinary shit. But it's a lot of shit though. You have to brainstorm, you have to sit down and think like, damn, what the fuck? Like, damn, it be a lot of shit that be going on. Damn.
What's the wildest thing that happened to you in O Block?
The wildest thing. Shit, the wildest thing to me is getting shot at. That's probably the wildest thing. Yeah, that's.
How old were you when that happened?
Shit, it'll happen any day. I've been living in that since like 2007, 2008 or something. So it been multiple times. I think the first time it happened to me, like I was like 12, 13, something like that. But shit, like I said, a lot of shit be normal. So that's why it'll be wild to you, but that shit'll be normal to me. See what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like,
You wanna know what's crazy?
What?
Seeing the black cowboy, that is so normal to me.
That's normal to you?
Yeah.
That's weird as hell, ain't it? That's weird.
Well, it's because of where I'm from. Like, that's kind of normal. Like, we be seeing that.
Like, you see somebody, a black cowboy with a horse in the projects, running around the project.
Okay, now I will say, honestly,
that's weird. That's top of the line, bottom barrel weird. That's like, that threw me off. I'm like, I seen that shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
when did you moved out of O Block, right? Or
yeah.
When did you move out?
Last year.
Last year?
Yeah, when I started rapping.
Dang, so you didn't witness like a lot of stuff.
Yeah. But it's still like my everyday hangout place though.
So how did y'all feel when like people started coming in, like treating it like a monument, basically?
Oh, it been happening for a long time, for like probably like 10 years. So, but before it was like being treated like a monument, it was getting treated like we was action figures and shit.
Really?
Like we was in the movies and shit. See what I'm saying? That was weird. That shit was always weird. Like they think the shit we live is like this shit out of a cartoon or a superhero movie or some shit, but this real life.
Like y'all actually had to live through a lot of stuff, and people come and they like taking pictures, posted it on Instagram.
YouTube was coming, blogging, doing all type of crazy non-fiction ass, like all type of crazy ass shit.
So y'all would walk outside and just see people y'all ain't never seen before just posted up.
Like especially with the paint being right there. That's every day, all day, like
the
every
paint
day.
You're talking about Vaughn's paint, right?
I think that's when people come to Chicago. That's one of the places they stop at. O Block is one of the places they stop at. Like it's monumental, but like I don't know, it'd be weird as hell. But I like it though. I like it. Like sometimes I'll be going to the store and a lot of people be recognizing me, like kids, they be like, let me take a picture with you and shit. Ooh.
Oh wow.
I like it though, but it's weird though, kinda. It just be weird. Like on Vaughn's birthday, the Mariachi band came and played.
What?
They came, like that's some weird shit too. Like the Mariachi band came in the projects and played music. It'd be a lot of episodes happening.
Wow.
Yeah, that shit.
So I'm guessing like O Block is a lot calmer now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to me it'd be calm, but like to a lot of people it wouldn't. Like social media make it like it's a regular project, regular shit that happen in projects happening now. Right. The media just over spike it, shit like that.
Yeah.
But it is a TV show though. That shit a real TV show. Like you would just stay there for 1 month. You would just be like, damn, I done seen a lot of shit.
It's always something
every
going
day.
on.
It's probably something happening right now as we speak. Ain't no telling.
So what made you make that decision to finally move out of there?
Cause I wanted to, once I learned, like I wanted to rap for real, I was like, in order for me to rap, I gotta move from right here, cause I need a lot of head space. And me living in O Block, I ain't gonna do shit but every day. This is all I'm gonna do every day. Wake up, walk outside, and just walk around. I do this for 11, 12 hours straight. I'll leave out the house 10 in the morning and won't come back in the house till like 1 in the morning. And really? I ain't did shit. Literally, I ain't did shit. So that's all, like, I gotta move. I gotta clear my head. I need more me time if I wanna take this shit serious.
Could you ever recall the moment where, cause you know, we do have those moments with ourselves where we're like, damn, I'm not doing shit. Like, yeah. Can you recall that moment when you realize, like, damn, I could be doing a lot more with my life?
Right after I graduated out of high school. When I graduated out of high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to make money though, but I knew I didn't want to go to jail. I was working like the second year of my high school, I was working a job because I wasn't trying to go to jail, but I wasn't trying to be broke either. So I'm like, fuck it. You taking a risk, hustling shit, I'm gonna take a risk shit, working a job. So I was working the shit. So when I graduated, I'm like, damn, I don't know what I wanna do. I was still working though, cause I'm like, I don't know what I wanna do, but I know I don't wanna be broke. So I was just like working until something came up and shit, then I'm like, fuck it. I started rapping. Cause like, I always had that mouthpiece, like I always was a slick talker and shit. Like people used to be like my homie right there used to be saying like, man, your ass should be a rapper, how you be talking? Like then I finally like took that shit serious once I seen Vaughn come do what he did. It had motivated me. It pushed me a lot to take shit serious, so that's when I did.
I think, well, when I was watching one of your interviews, you had spoke on how you grew up like way too fast. Yeah,
hell yeah. I think I was just saying in one of my previous interviews, like in the projects, like little kids in the projects, they grow up to be grown before average kids. Like shit the average kid did, I ain't did. Like it's a lot of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What's something that you wish, like looking back, what's something that you wish you would have did as a kid?
It's a lot of shit. What I wish I would have did. I used to wish I could do that shit like, you know how, like when it's the winter time, knock on people's doors and shovel the snow and shit. I used to wish I could do that. That was shit we ain't did. We ain't do shit like that as kids. I like going to baseball games, making water park trips every summer, making that shit more frequently. We was barely going to water parks. We weren't doing that shit like that.
What would you say are like the cons of growing up fast? Well, growing up too fast?
You miss your childhood. Like your childhood is really just like your childhood. You miss your childhood, it'd be like your childhood, most of your childhood time be you focus on being an adult or you trying to be an adult. That's so like you being more of an adult than you being a kid when you really a kid. So a lot of shit you will see past. Like I used to think like when I was like 11, 12, I used to think going downtown, going to stores with no money, just window shopping. I used to think that shit was fun other than me going to camp or some shit like that. Like that's some shit teenagers doing.
Was there any kids whose family actually, well, where you live, was there any kids whose family actually like took them to like parks and like water parks and stuff like that? Or did everybody pretty much grow up like the same?
We all grew up, it really was like we grew up the same. Really, like we all grew up the same. Like if you live the Parkway, it's all right, like bam, you either got like a single mother or you probably got a single daddy or you probably got a mama, they probably both together, but it's like your daddy probably hustling. Your mom probably working, so it really ain't no time for you. So that's what leads you to being in the projects around these other kids with the same type of backstory as you.
Right.
So that's why I be looking at the projects like a group home for kids. Because it's like everybody can relate to each other because everybody got the same struggles.
Damn. I think it's so crazy because I don't want to go back to it, but it's like how you're telling me this. And then just like how you're saying you wish you could go to like different water parks and stuff like that, but it's like now people actually go to your block and just like post up, take pictures.
And that's crazy. We was just having a conversation like, damn, that's crazy. People really be traveling across the world to come where we at, and we trying to get the fuck from where we at to go like where they at. This shit is crazy. That's what they go back to, like they think this shit like a movie, like life a movie and shit like that.
Dang. Now, getting into your music, I think my favorite story, and I know you said it so many times, but when you first came out and you had a style of like a Detroit rapper.
Yeah.
So was you rapping on like fast beats or what was going on?
Yeah, I was rapping on like fast Detroit beats. Like growing up, like before I started rapping, but when I started rapping around that time, my favorite rappers was Detroit rappers like V's, Babyface Ray,
Peasy, all them.
Yeah, those was my favorite type of rappers at the time. But like I wasn't really fucking with Chicago music at the time. That's crazy. Like I wasn't even listening to Chicago rappers.
Ooh, speaking of that, when do you feel like Chicago went through their quiet moment when it came to the music? Because I know it was a little bit after, like...
I want to say the time period before Vaughn came out. I feel like Vaughn and Juice Wrld, Vaughn and Juice Wrld and them brought it back. Like it was having a time, like, it's like, I bet you got the Chief Keef, you got the G Herbo, you got the Dirk. You got these people, they from like 5-6 years ago. But they still doing their thing, but like, it's like, you could tell like it's time for something new to like re-innovate the shit. That's why I feel like Juice Wrld, Polo G, Vaughn, them, that's when like they burned it back.
I think I was talking to somebody and we talked about how Dirk kind of had like a crazy comeback because at a moment in time, it was kind of quiet just like during that whole Chicago era, and then all of a sudden Dirk came back in and was like, boom, going crazy.
Yeah, I think, my opinion on Dirk, I think like I always listen to Dirk, but I feel like Dirk never was never fell off. Like you can't tell me one bad song Dirk had. Dirk ain't never had no bad songs. He just never had no songs that popped. He never had no hit songs that like just went over viral and shit like that. But he never made no bad songs. He always stayed afloat. But then it's like he just got this bigger push. Now he just got this bigger push at this time right now. So now it's like everything he make is an anthem now.
Now you coming in as the new generation of Chicago's music scene. What is that like for you?
It's like I be saying it like it be like it's just history repeating itself. Like when I look at a lot of Chicago artists, I be like, sometimes I be like comparing us to like the ones from
back in the day.
Yeah, like how our journeys be and shit like that. Like I be comparing us a lot of sometimes, cause I be seeing it. I be like, damn, I think this shit finna go exactly how that shit just went with them.
Now I also watched another interview of yours, and you spoke on how you don't like dissing the dead. Like you don't do that.
No.
So what would you say that mindset came from of like, nah, I'm not finna be out here talking about the dead like that?
I feel like with the diss of the dead shit, it be like, I feel like it just brings too much attention. Like it bring, I don't know, like how that shit going right now, I feel like when you diss the dead, I feel like that shit be like.
Do you think people get like instant karma when they do that? Not instant karma, but. It give or takes. So it happen with like certain people. Like it's a lot of people that have been dissing people for a long ass time. Right.
And sometimes like that shit got so cool, you don't even notice that somebody dissing somebody. Like sometimes like some people, like Chief Keef, he made that shit like saying like he smoking Tuka and shit. Like he made that shit so common, like the whole world was saying it. But I bet a lot of people ain't even noticed they was dissing the motherfucker. That's the crazy part. A lot of people ain't even noticed like they was dissing people. So it's like dissing go a long way. Like, cause that's the case. You see Chief Keef been dissing for a long ass time, then that's the case. It's just to a certain extent, like some people just get like disrespectful with it. Some people have fun with it and make it like a trend, and some people this shit just a message. I'm finna just get nasty, get disrespectful with this shit. it'd be a different. I feel like it's a difference between them type of disses, but it all go under the same belt.
And with you are you just like you don't feel comfortable doing that?
Not really. I throw a subliminal, but I be doing it because if I do it, it's what the people want to see. Because that's really what it's all about. It's what the people want to see. Like I don't do it just to be doing it to hurt nobody's feelings, hurt nobody's family feelings, shit. See what I'm saying? I just be doing like whatever I say it's like what's on my mind, or I be like, oh, they gonna like this when I say this. See what I'm saying? Like I don't really. And it's just like it put a bad, like not even bad, just put a big ass telescope on you. I feel like you just put like a big ass telescope, like especially like with like law enforcement and shit. I feel like law enforcement, that shit, when that shit happen, I feel like, cause I'm scared of the police. I don't like the police. I don't want nothing to do with their ass. So I feel like anything that put you on their radar, I feel like you shouldn't do.
Right, and that's real. Do you feel, well, actually,
even though what you say is a freedom of speech, you can say what you want. As long as you ain't incriminating yourself. But I still feel like them folks play with you.
I feel like not right now. Like right now, it's a whole thing going on with that. You know, they watching on social media, they pulling up lyrics now, trying to incriminate artists for their lyrics. Like it's just a little too risky right now.
Yeah, it's real risky right now because it be like, and then some of the shit, they make it make sense. They make it make sense. And it don't even be that. Like, I could have said something, and they'll say, oh, he talking about this in this situation. Whole time, I ain't even talking about that. I'm probably just making some shit up in my head. Or the shit just rhyme. But they make that shit make sense. I don't like that.
So what would you say is, like, some motivation that you pull when it comes to your music?
Just be the biggest thing, like, the biggest motivation is, to me, that motivate me is to stay consistent. Like when you stay consistent, I used to think, cause I studied like a lot of music. I studied a lot of techniques. I watch a lot of rappers interviews and shit too, to like give a take off from what they do and like how their situation went. And I used to think like, man, like this what I'm gonna do. When I first started rapping, my mindset was, I'm gonna drop a song one time a month. Every month drop a song. But then I learned like, I'm like, damn. I'm like, nah, because you're going to be reposting the same shit you're going to be promoting the same shit for 1 month. People going to get tired of seeing the same shit. Now it's starting to get repetitive where the same people seeing the shit, so it ain't really help you. Then it's like, I did the route where like, I started being consistent. I used to be coming once a week. Now I'm coming once a week. Now I'm seeing like my algorithm go up. Cause it's like I'm giving them new content, and it's good quality too. It ain't no weak shit. I ain't giving them no weak shit.
Now, with the history of where you're from and how big of a part it played in hip hop and just music in general, do you feel like coming from a place like O Block gives an artist an advantage?
People say that. I be hearing a lot of people say that. Like a lot of people say that like when they mad as hell, like or they hate on the motherfucker, they be like, damn, his shit only doing it because he from O Block. And be like, hell no, like right now we got a lot of rappers from our block. A lot of rappers you probably ain't even heard of. But it's like, that ain't no advantage. We still gotta put the footwork in. We still gotta grind that shit out. Cause a lot of time that shit be a disadvantage.
What would you say would be
I feel like sometimes I be feeling like I be seeing a lot of people get cosigns and shit, like a lot of cosigns. And like I don't never look for cosigns really, cause like I don't never want to. It's good if you give me a cosign, but I don't never look for no cosign cause I want to be the cosign. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So I be saying like you don't really see O Block artists get cosigns like that. Like we don't really get cosigns, but that's just on the media. But behind the scenes, you will see a million fucking rappers. You be like, damn, he know me?
Right.
And they'll be, yo, shit hard, ooh. But like, you be like, damn, why the fuck you ain't never repost my shit then? Or you fucking this up, why you ain't never, you know what I'm saying? They be like, different strokes for different folks.
Do you ever feel like people are so stuck on the past drill era that when it comes to new artists coming out of Chicago, they're not really as easily accepting to them?
I feel like right now, the thing I don't like about it, even though it's the truth right now, it's all about your image. Like the fans, they want to see like, right now what I be thinking of, like the fans, they want to hear, yeah, like they want to go to like backstories, like, I ain't never heard of this kid, ooh, I ain't heard about him killing nobody or shooting nobody or going to jail for this or disrespecting nobody. Like that's what the fans be want to see when it comes to Chicago drill. They want to see that background, and then they want to see in your music, they want to see you talking about street shit. They don't give a fuck if you can make a song, or you can make a catchy ass song, or make a melodic song. They want to hear about street shit. They want to hear they want to hear about shit that's going on in the streets, because they outsiders looking in.
Right. Well, I think you're a very like versatile artist. Do you feel like, would you classify yourself as a drill artist or?
Nah, I classify myself as a rapper, shit.
Right.
Really, cause that ain't all I can do is just rap about drill rapping. Like, I know how to I'm versatile, so I classify myself as a rapper.
Yeah, like when I was listening to your music, you definitely versatile. I will say, I was surprised when you did Who Gon' Die, because that beat, that's like Louisiana type.
Yeah, and see, like people like hearing shit like that. They want to hear what's going on in the streets, or what they think going on in the streets. Like, you see what I'm saying? So like it's your job to put on a show for them, to entertain them. You can say whatever, they gonna believe it. It's their choice to believe it or not. You know it's not true, or you know this shit ain't really going on, but it's like, shit, you the director, you the author of the song, so you gotta make them believe what the fuck you saying. Even though you telling them it ain't true, they still could believe it.
I saw it on your video thing, so I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, it was a remix. That was my first visual that I dropped though. It was really a remake of the song. But I named it Capalot Flow because the instrumental was a remake of his. But somebody told me, like, you ain't even have to put that it ain't even have to be Capalot Flow or anything.
Yeah.
And I ain't even know that. By that time,
so the name of it, like, you did it because it was basically like a cover to one of his songs.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I was thinking about that because I'm like, dang, it's called like Capalot Freestyle. So I'm like, y'all must have like a really good, like, dynamic.
Yeah. That ain't the case. I ain't never met Polo.
Oh, okay. Well, I do know that you dropped something recently with Rob 49, and that shit is hard as fuck. Oh my God.
Shout out Rob 49, that's my boy.
How did y'all end up linking up?
In Miami. I think, yeah. Just like before, I met Rob like right before, he had just dropped Vulture Island, but without Lil Baby. So I think that was his hottest song at the time. I think when I first met Rob, he probably had like 160,000 views or something like that. And I was just coming out my more popular song. I think I probably had at the time, I probably had like 600,000 views. So when I met him and shit, I met him in the studio. Who I was with? This is my first time in Miami. I was with Baby Shiesty and GMO Stats. We was in a recording. And Rod came in there. I didn't know him. I didn't know who he was. But he introduced himself to me and shit. Then he asked, he's like, you from O-Block, right? I'm like, yeah. You know my brother Prince Dre? I was like, yeah, that's my brother. Him and Prince Dre got a relationship, and since then, shit, we just locked it in.
Damn, that song On the Floor, like, that's crazy. Yeah, I was listening to that shit. I was like, nah, this a duo. I like the Southern and up north dynamic. Yeah. That was lit.
Yeah, I fuck around. That's my boy.
And you just recently dropped your single and visual, No Cap.
Yeah.
Talk about the creative process with that.
No Cap was just like what we used to talk about, like the shit I'm saying in there, like I could be saying a whole lot of false ass shit, but this like feeding the fans because they outsiders looking in, so they want to know what's going on, like in the streets and shit.
But you not finna say
right,
that.
So I could be telling them anything. See what I'm saying? Like I'm letting them know, like my lyrics, this shit all false, but it's just entertainment.
Right. That's a different approach coming in as a emerging artist. Like that's a real different approach.
Yeah, for sure.
Why would you say you wanted to come in like that?
I don't know. I want to say the background of No Cap. I think I made the song like right after my brother at the Muwop got locked up, and he had called me one day. He called me like, He's like, man, I gotta fight this shit. It don't look like I'm getting no bond no time soon, so I gotta fight this shit. He's like, you just gotta go crazy. He's like, you just gotta go crazy. And then after I got off phone and shit, I was in the studio like probably the next few hours, and then I just spoke my mind and put in my own creative twists with it.
I love that. So, and speaking of your brother Muwop, like he be listening to your music and shit, huh? He probably proud as hell of you. Like you really put it on.
Yeah.
Do you feel pressure like you gotta kind of carry the weight?
Yeah, I be feeling that pressure a lot. I don't really like it though. I don't like the spotlight to be like, or like I'm a head of a pack. Like I gotta carry it out. Like I just like to just like go with the flow. Like keep my head down and just do what I do. I like to stay humble around the shit. So that's why I never say like I'm putting on or like I'm carrying my neighborhood or my city shit. I don't really like saying it because I really like to be humble with shit. Because I know how the tables are turning real quick. Right.
And I noticed that, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but when I was doing research, I didn't see any projects released.
Nah, I got a project coming up.
I was gonna say, what's going on? Like, where the project at?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. That's crazy. I never, like, I've been rapping for like a year and like a month now. So I haven't been thinking about a project until like the beginning of this year. I'm like, damn, I think I wanna do a project. I thought a project was too much.
Really?
Yeah, I did, but I'm like, nah, I want a project. So I got a project, my debut mixtape coming out September 9th, The Kid That Came Out of Nowhere. So yeah, I got a lot of features on there.
Is there any you can reveal?
Yeah, Lil Zay Osama, B-Love, Rowdy Rebel, Scory, who else? PGF Nook, who else? It's somebody else. I think it's, who? Nah, the Rob song ain't even, I don't know. I should have put the Rob song there. Oh yeah, and my brother DQ.
Okay, that's gonna be lit. Like you got some heavy hitters on there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Are you independent? Damn.
Yeah, I'm independent.
The way you moving, I would have thought you was signed for real.
Nah, I ain't signed, not yet, nah.
Do you think you are gonna sign, but at the rate that you're going though, like just to be honest, you could do a little distro, a little thing going on. Yeah,
I was thinking that though. I was thinking that, cause like after my project, I know after my project, a lot of people gonna be coming. Cause a lot of people start coming like the beginning of this year. But like I ain't settled for less. So I just want to keep working. But I know after my project, this one of them projects that's gonna show. Like this a personal project.
I do want to ask you before we wrap up, what impact is it that you would like to leave?
The impact I would like to leave is to just show like shit don't come overnight. Like you want to do something, you got to give it your all, like everything in you. Like you got to give it like everything. Like if you want to be a rapper, I put this mindset. I was like, I want to be a rapper. I had quit my job when I first started rapping because I was like, if I want to be a rapper, I'm focused on being a rapper. I ain't focusing on the money right now. I'm focusing on being a rapper. So it's like, you want to be a rapper, you got a 24/7. This is a 24-hour job around the clock. Like, ain't no days off with this shit. Like, you need to be thinking. Ain't no doing nothing. You should be using your Instagram to either make money, network, or figure out how you gonna promote your music. You gotta promote your product, and your music, your product.
Now, before we wrap up, do you have any last words or shout outs?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Don't get charged up now.
Nah, look, cuz now, every interview I be doing, they be asking, I be like, no, man. I gotta start making a list. I'm start making a list. Cause I don't never have no last words, no shout outs, nothing. I don't know why. But shit, shout out to all my supporters, my family, my friends, everybody, my whole team, all that. Shout out to everybody.
Grateful for them county charges, cause Akira's like the tax. Wop hit my phone like, come on, man, I can't wait till he get back. I'm the one that's on the front line, man, when